A cattle farmer is running for Congress. Democrat Shawn is in one of the most closely watched congressional runoff races in the country, Georgia's 14th district. Voters there head to the polls 10 days from now. Harris is hoping to beat his Republican rival, Clay Fuller, for a seat once held by Republican and one-time MAGA firebrand Marjorie Taylor Greene. I caught up with the Democrat who believes his range of experiences as a U.S. Marine, an Army veteran, and now cattle farmer prepares him for the challenge. What are you hoping to bring to this position, given all of that experience?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Fredricka, for allowing me to be on your show. And what I bring to the table is just tested leadership. A leader that says, this is not about me. This is about all the hardworking people here in the Northwest Georgia when it comes to the 14th district. Because we have farmers, we have teachers, we have veterans. We just have hardworking people that are finally looking for somebody that's going to stand up for them.
What are your potential constituents saying to you? I mean, right now they're your neighbors. Yep. And what are they saying to you about how they would want to challenge you if you get this job? You know,
what I've always said to them is, when I get this job, hold me accountable. More than 7,000 people in the district got my direct cell number, because one of the things I learned in the military is I work for the people. I used to work directly for my soldiers, because at the end of the day, when I get this job, I want everybody in Northwest Georgia to understand that, look, when I get to D.C., I'm a Democrat, but I'm not tied to a party. When President Trump does something right, I'm probably going to stick with him. But if it's not good for the people in Northwest Georgia, they're going to have a champion that's going to push back. My opponent has made it very clear, whatever President Trump wants to do, he's going to agree.
You're speaking with certainty that you are going to get this job. Mm-hmm. And this job was once filled by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was a firebrand. You know, she was one of the first advocates of President Trump. Mm-hmm. Is that a reflection of what the constituents want in their candidate or in the person holding that position?
They definitely want a fighter, but they also want somebody that's going to have common sense and actually know how to treat people with respect. With that being said, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the new Marjorie Taylor Greene, I call her Marjorie Taylor Greene 2.0. That Marjorie Taylor Greene is very similar to the moderate Democrat that you're talking to, because she talks about health care issues. She's talking about we probably shouldn't be in this war because this war is a war of choice. She talks about, and we agree upon, that the Epstein files need to be released right now.
So you feel like you would be an extension of the new Marjorie Taylor Greene?
I feel that Marjorie Taylor Greene is an extension of me. I mean, I don't want to be Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't want to be anybody. I am comfortable being Shawn Harris, because I think Northwest Georgia need a leader that's going to go to D.C., got a backbone, that's going to push back on Democrats and going to push back on Republicans.
You have said you are not a politician. You are a cattle farmer. You are a U.S. Marine vet. You are also an Army Brigadier General. But if you get this job, you will be in a sea of politicians. Mm-hmm. How will you navigate those waters?
You know, the key thing is going all the way from being a private in the United States Marine Corps at Parris Island, and then working my way all the way through Tuskegee, and ultimately leading men and women in combat in Afghanistan, being in other places, then ultimately being a senior defense official in Israel. All of those experiences have given me the ability to work with some of the highest leaders throughout the world, including U.S. politicians. So I will, when I go in that particular room and close the doors, it won't be too big for me to navigate. The reality of it is most of those leaders have already received briefings from me on the top secret side of what's going on in the world.
Just recently I spoke with John Boyd, who leads the National Black Farmers Association, and he underscored that more than 63 farmers a day have had to shut down, foreclosed, out of business.
Yes.
And this is just recently. What are farmers telling you about their concerns who've been hit hard by the tariffs, and now they're being hit hard by high fuel costs?
Yeah, the reality of it is I'm from Southwest Georgia, Blakely, Georgia. That's where I'm from. And down there they're planting peanuts, corn, cotton, and soybeans. The reality of it is if you're not planting right now, you're going out of business.
And you might not be able to plant because of fertilizer costs.
Because fertilizer costs are so high, diesel costs are so high, and the banks are saying right now, I'm sorry, we can't leverage your farm anymore. So we're not going to lend you the money. The subsidy that the president is talking about that he's going to give them still hadn't got here.
No subsidies have arrived.
Some have.
To farmers that you know?
Some have received theirs, but others are still waiting. The reality of it is, that's why that number of foreclosures are going up. And less than 2-3 weeks ago, that number was 53. So it's still going up, and I fully expect it to go up even higher based on this war that we're currently in.
You're a Democrat running to fill a former Republican seat. You know, how do you define what the objective or the mission of the Democratic Party is right now?
You know, to be honest with you, that is a very good question, because where I stand as a moderate Democrat, I believe the Democratic Party has kind of lost themselves. We used to be the party of hardworking people. I think we need to come back to that and actually focus on kitchen table issues that are affecting hardworking people every day, period. So that would be my message to the Democratic Party.
Shawn Harris now putting Rockmart, Georgia on the map.
Rockmart, Georgia is definitely on the map.
And hoping to set up shop, perhaps part-time residents in Washington, D.C. as well.
100% part-time. I look forward to coming home every weekend and answering to all of the people in an entire district, regardless if they voted for me or not.
All right, my thanks to Shawn Harris. CNN has reached out to Harris's Republican opponent, Clay Fuller, and at this time, Mr. Fuller has declined our request to be interviewed.